Hi, my name is Thor, and in this video I'm going to show you some of the loan tools that are available with Qualifier. A lot of people don't even realize some of the things that it'll do. So we've already got the conventional home loan screen open, and I put a scenario up there for you. There are loan tools on all of the sale and refi screens. So let's just look at them top to bottom. We go over and we click on Loan Tools, and we'll just start with the ARM. And as you can see at the top, the ARM screen opens. And pretty much like everything else you do in Qualifier, just start upper left and go with the flow. So I'm going to start with the ARM type. Let's stop with the popular 7-year ARM and see how it's adjusted periods starting with years 1 to 5, etc. So if we click calculate, we've got the entire schedule of what could happen based on worst case scenario. That's just the way we do it. And the next thing we always want to do is have a printout. So I'm clicking on PDF ARM details, and as you can see, there it is, everything printed. So let's hit our back button, and if you do it like that, that leaves everything on the screen as it was. So that's about all I need to say about ARMs, other than you can see you can pick your index. You can type in any index you want. When you print, it's going to adjust that and show it to your borrower. Let's close the ARM details and go down to the next tool, buy down. This is kind of a forgotten thing, ARMs got less popular recently, and now they're kind of coming back. But don't forget the good old buy down. It's a way to qualify your borrower, starting with a lower payment, and it's a fixed interest rate. So it automatically took the parameters from our conventional sale, and it started with a 1-1. As you can see, we can make it a 2-1. Or a 3-1. And if you want, we can have the seller or the lender pay for it, and that recalculates the cost. And if we do PDF, just like before, now we've got our details. What you should do is go through and just try each one of these on your own. Look at the printouts, look at the options. And our next tool, faster payoff. You could call this amortization, although an amortization is just a schedule that shows all of the payments throughout the life of the loan, whereas this one shows some good side by side. It starts with 15 versus a 30, and if you want to do, say, a 30 versus a 20, you just put in the different term that you want to do the comparison, click calculate, and now we've got a 30 next to a 20, and it shows the total payment. Now here's a real popular one. I'm going to click on pay extra, and let's say $200 per month extra, because a lot of people like to know what happens if this affects your payoff. And with $200 a month, as you can see, this would pay the loan off in 22 years and save a total of $46,986 in interest paid. Very interesting information to give your borrower, and it's also a great way to close a refi. If they're concerned about starting over for 30 years, then show them that with the extra money they save from the new lower payment, they don't have to continue by starting over for 30 years. What they do is knock, in this case, 8 years off the new loan. Let's back to the screen we're on. Now let's look at the side-by-side. This is probably one of our most popular. It took the parameters of the conventional sale. We always start by triggering the calculations on this one. And if we want to do a comparison, let's do a lower rate. Let's do 3.75. And if we do that, it's going to cost somebody. So we put in 1 point, and let's make it 2 points. And we click calculate it. And as we can see, if we look at the bottom, that's a lower payment by $32, but more cash by $21.82. So on this one, let's do a higher rate. 4.25, and let's get rid of the point. You can also do a credit, and now we've got a higher payment but less cash. And as you probably have guessed, if we do the printout, there it is, the side by side. If you had to do each one of these by hand, it would take a while, and it's really nice to be able to show your client some side by side options. So we're going to go back all the way to our conventional sale. This time it's a rent versus own. Now, rent versus own, we always start by figuring out family size. You need income if you're really going to analyze it well, because income determines your tax write-off. And if you're going to compare it to your current rent, you need to know what your current rent is. So here we are. And you know what this is interesting is net cost after savings. Well, actually, you don't save a lot of money. And this is something you should watch out for, because if you've got married with 4 kids with a moderate income and you buy a house, you really don't get much of a tax write-off. I don't think that's funny. I'm just warning you up front. So go ahead and check it out. And let's back into our conventional sale again. And this time we're going to do loan amortization. And this is just pure. I mean, it's just an amortization schedule. This is why I said it's not the same as the other one that does the faster payoff. It's just if you for some reason want to see a loan amortization, we just want to make sure you know it was there. Table of payments. This is a really useful tool. All we do is we click on this, and I'm just going to hit the calculate button. See, it defaulted to $10,000 increments and 10 total increments. But let's say we want to do 18. Now we've got 18. Let's say we want to do an increments of $1,000. So you can do about any type of schedule of payments you want. And it's a great thing to put in the hands of your borrower when they're out shopping for a home, because they're going to take this along and they're going to look at it, use it as a home buying guide, and it's going to have your name and phone number on it. So another nice tool. I'm backing into our sale again, and the final items needed list. A lot of people don't use this. I missed it. Here we go. What's nice about this, I'm just going to do the PDF. You can click and check on anything you want. And what's nice about this, and it's suggesting I put a name on there, so I'll just put my name on. And I'm going to do create PDF. And so what we've got here, it's the same thing you could do with a checkbox, but I used to use checkbox lists, and I'd hand them to people. So I'd have checks in the boxes where they were supposed to give me something and other checks were not, and it was confusing. This is a specific letter saying exactly what we need, exactly what we don't need, etc. I'm finally backing into the original, and the last one, all this is a link to a calculator. But it's nice to know if it's there if you need it. So for the tools, try the tools on all of the screens, and the refis, they're a little different. On the VA, they're all a little different. So just check them out and be sure and call if you have any questions. Thank you very much.